All right, this is it, guys. This is our new portable egg layer chicken coop. This coop holds 20 chickens, and in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I built it. When I started this project, I really didn't know how this was gonna turn out. I didn't know what shape it was gonna be. I didn't know what exactly materials I was gonna be using. As I was building it, I designed it at the same time. I wanted to do something a little bit different. I did not want to use the typical 2x4s, corrugated plastic or metal. I just wanted to push myself to try different materials. The requirements I had on it is that it needed to hold 16 egg-laying chickens and have a nesting box inside and also have big wheels. The plastic that I'm using here, it's not the typical corrugated roofing material that you see at the hardware store. It is a little bit cheaper than the corrugated plastic, and it's really light, which this needed to be because I was using the 3/4 inch plywood. And that plywood is probably the heaviest thing on this coop. If you've seen the stationary large chicken coop that I built last year, this kind of has the same elements, but except it's portable and it's a lot smaller. The most expensive thing on this build by far are the wheels. Another material that I don't really use often is EMT metal conduit, which I'm bending here, and this is going to be the front legs of this coop. I'm also using some butyl tape, which I don't think this is totally necessary, but I had it on hand and I figured I'd just try it out. It's meant to keep out rain and moisture. This tape is very sticky, so it was a little bit difficult to mount the plastic roof on because it just kept on wanting to stick to it. But with a little patience, you can mount that on and then screw it in place. with roofing screws. The final step is the door. Since I love automatic chicken coop doors, I'm using this one, the UOX Life Coop door. I'm not sponsored by them, I just picked the cheapest door on Amazon. I'll put a link to this door down below, and also all the tools that you saw me use today. It's all steel construction or aluminum. 3 AAA batteries, you just screw it in. Pop in the batteries. I could not wait to take this for a test run. I pulled it up our hills. I did it with 2 hands, I did it with 1 hand, and overall I'm pretty happy with it. We're also gonna put the netting around them. Now the only thing left to do now is to put chickens in it. All right, Penelope, the moment of truth. Can you move the coop? All right. I'm gonna put them in through the back here where the nesting boxes are. We have the water, feed, and now that it's getting dark, it's getting the evening time, we're gonna grab the chickens. We're gonna clip their wings, is that right?
Yeah, we're gonna clip them so that way they don't fly over the net.
All right, we're just clipping their wings here. Does not hurt them. Come on, Bernice. Believe it or not, it's been 4 months now since I built this chicken coop, and I was waiting to do the video on it and doing the plans because I wanted to see if it worked, right? Like I wanted to see if they actually use it. Oh, hey Bernice. Our new egg layers have started laying eggs. We put hay in here. I made 2 nesting boxes out of this. You could probably get rid of this and just make 1 big nesting box. I painted the back here and I painted underneath this black so that way it can be more darker. I also did the sides there. These 24-inch tires are flat free, which means they're a solid rubber. This is probably the most expensive thing on the build. I like using the flat free tires so that way I don't have to fill them up with air. I don't have to worry about it. You just install them and they're done. The coop is elevated a little bit so that way when it's really sunny or rainy out, the chickens could go underneath there and hide from the elements. The combination of using this plastic and not using a whole lot of wire mesh and also not using a whole lot of 2x4s makes it really light. Since the 4 months we've had this, we've gone through some really high winds and really extreme weather, like a lot of rain, but this coop has done well. We like to call this coop our Amish buggy with our Amish chickens. One thing you can add to this is a ramp where chickens can walk up, but I find that the chickens catch on pretty good. They just hop right in when they want to go to bed and hop right out when the sun rises. I also built this coop with a mesh floor so that way when they poop, when they're on their roosting bars, it's fertilizing the grass. And when you want to clean the coop, all you have to do is move it. I also made this side door with a lock. And then you can get a stick and prop it up. And this is just going to give them more shade. And also gives you access if you need to go in there and grab a chicken or something. I layered on the plastic roofing so it overlaps each other so that way when the rain comes it's not going to go inside the coop. All the materials here you can find from your local hardware store except the wheels. The wheels you can either find on Amazon or go to northerntool.com, or you can find some old bike wheels or maybe even some wheelchair wheels. You can move this movable coop every single day. We like to move it at least once a week. One of the criterias that we need to have here when we build stuff for our homestead is that it needs to look pretty. In the beginning, we used a lot of tarps and a lot of wood pallets, and over the years, I got tired of using those things as chicken coops. It needs to look cool. It can't just be functional. It has to be both. How come it can't be both? I created plans for you guys. I'll leave the link down below, a step-by-step plans with material lists and everything, so that way you could just basically like an IKEA. Yeah, a Coop IKEA, you know, where all the numbers, you put them together and you can build it yourself. Also, I would love to mass produce this. If anyone of you out there is familiar with how to mass produce something, hit me up. I would love to work with you guys, because I think this coop is fantastic and I would love to see it in more homes. Not in more homes, but in their front yards at least.